Schwink, 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 schwink. Excellent. All right. So the game that I am reviewing today is called Ninja Village. This is this is a charming little game developed by Kairosoft. It released originally March 25th, 2013. So it's not a new game by any means. I played it on PC through Steam, but it's available on the Nintendo Switch, on the PS4, iOS, Android, and Windows, of course. So this game is not my typical style of game at all. I do not really like resource management. I'm not really huge on, like town building and that kind of business. But there's just something about this game, like it oozes with charm. There's not really a story. It's kind of just you unifying Japan. So it's kind of like you role playing the Sengoku period. But you're not like there are like famous clans that you subjugate and shit. But it's not like really following the story. You're not like playing as Nobunaga or Hideyoshi or anything like that. That's kind of it. Like that's as far as it goes with story. So the story doesn't really exist. So was it engaging? That doesn't really apply. The gameplay, however, is super fun. Like I said, it's very simple. You're just, building a town, setting up shops, trying to make money, building an army, subjugating your neighboring villages, and conscripting them into your army.
Okay.
And easy peasy. It's cool. You get like your villagers that occupy your town also double as your heroes in battle. And as you progress through the game, you can acquire more heroes. More of them can come into your battle. So they will add like bonuses and stuff to your units, depending on like whether you put them in the cavalry or with your gunners or with your archers or with your foot soldiers. So that's really cool. You can really kind of customize how your units react based on what heroes you have in those armies. And then every now and again you just go into battle, and it's like there's very little strategy involved. You basically can tell your archers who to attack. They're the only ones that can attack behind the front line. So that does matter a little bit, but not a ton. It's mostly a game of numbers to a certain degree. But again, it does it in such a simple way and such a charming way that even though there's not a lot of complexity to it, it's still really, really fun. How's the art? The art is, I think, fantastic for how simple it is. It looks like a Super Nintendo game. Cute little sprites murdering the shit out of each other. It's cool.
Normal.
It's cool. It's adorable. Everything's grid based. I mean, it's not the most stunning thing you've ever seen, but it gets the job done. The music is good, though I will say it's repetitive and it's just kind of like traditional sounding Japanese music. There's not a ton of variation. Like you've got like your town music, your map music, and your battle music. That's pretty much it. But it's not bad. So that's fine. Sound design, very simple, not complicated. Again, I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's also not like the greatest thing in the world. Think Super Nintendo. Let's see. How long did it take me to beat? I did this in 3 streams. You could probably, if you knew, like, if I played through this game a second time, I would approach it very differently. In like what towns I attacked first, what units I gave, what weapons to, based on what bonuses they have, where I put them in my lineup, things like that, which would make me able to beat this game a lot quicker. But I beat it in probably, let's say, 10 hours. Actually, I guess a little longer than that because one of my streams went super long. I played it all freaking day. Not this last Saturday, but the week before. So maybe a little longer than that. But I think you could easily beat this game in 10 hours if you knew what you were doing. The goal is to basically unify all of Japan within 16 years. I didn't accomplish that. But you can continue playing after that 16 years and still beat the game. So I technically lost, but it's okay. Second time around, I'd kick its ass. I'm confident. Let's see. Was the game difficult? Not particularly difficult. You could say it's fairly grindy in some aspects, but again, that really depends on whether or not you've managed your resources correctly. I didn't. So it was a little harder for me than it could have been. But those people that are savvy with this type of game, I don't think they'd have much of a problem with. Would I play a sequel? Yeah, probably. I mean, like I said, this game, not typically my style of game, but I had so much freaking fun playing it. I would not hesitate to play it again as long as it still had that same level of charm as this one did. Overall rating and impression. This was a very good game. It's definitely, it's not super complex. It's kind of, very like the game runs at 20 frames per second, like it's not like the most advanced game in the world. It's got a couple issues here and there, nothing crazy. Entertainment Nerd says these graphics are bussin'. Yeah. I'm going to put this at like a solid 7-9 just on pure fun factor, right? Like, and charm. There's not really a story to speak of. There's not a ton of depth, but it is just so charming and so fun. Like, I can't help but recommend this game.
So that puts it slightly below Goof Troop and slightly above Samurai Warriors 5.
Yeah.
Right in the same vein.
Dude, I would rather play this game than Samurai Warriors 5, for sure.
Yeah. So it puts it better. I mean, Josh also had Yoshi's Crafted World, Doom 64, Kirby 64, all at 7.8.
That sounds right.
Yeah. That sounds like it's slotting right in there.
Yeah.
Perfect call, Paul.
It's super fun. It's super fun. Anyway, check it out, guys. That is the review. Let me switch us back to the main thing.